Building a home takes so much less time than you actually think. So many people think that building a home could take 12 months, sometimes 18 months. Well, I'm here to show you why it does not. So the kind of house that I'm talking about is gonna be a spec house. It's gonna be something standard, average range. If you're building some crazy custom house, you should expect 12 to 24 months to build that home. But if you're building a 2,000 square foot up to a 4,000 square foot house, you can easily get this house built in 3 to 6 months. Here's why. It's all because of a Gantt schedule and stacking a schedule properly. No, I'm not saying to build lower quality. No, I'm not saying to rush the subcontractors in their work. All I'm saying is to make sure and stack the schedule properly. And what I always say is every site, every job, every day. What does that even mean? You just want to make sure that someone is working on your job every single day, besides obviously the weekends. Sometimes my subs will come out on, let's just say, a Saturday or a Sunday, but definitely not required. I want people to rest and enjoy, but if somebody's looking to make some extra cash, it's always an option for them. So what does that mean? If I know that foundation is going to take me 5 days, Monday through Friday, I better pre-plan and have my framer and framing lumber on site delivered, ready to start Monday. So Friday, I'm often delivering the lumber package, and Monday, framers are there in the morning ready to start. I saved the most amount of time by making sure I'm efficient in the schedule. Did I rush the foundation subcontractor? No. Did I rush the framer? No. I just communicated and made sure that they're gonna be, they say, hey, I'll take 5 days. Great, I'll schedule the next subcontractor right after, and I'm not wasting any days. Every day that someone isn't on site, I have a loan and I'm paying interest on that. That's out the window. And so there's a hidden cost associated with delays in projects because I'm paying interest on that time. And so it's really important. The lesson here is to stack your schedule properly and understand it. I've built semi-custom houses in 6 months. I've built spec builds, like really easy homes that are gonna be built for sale, basic finishes. I've built them in as fast as just under 4 months. And so it's really possible to do. You could even build them even faster if you put a little bit of pressure on your subcontractors. Everybody likes a little bit of a challenge and maybe even a little bonus check. Sometimes I throw that into my subcontractors and I say, hey, if you finish this job a little bit faster, quality still stays the same, and we pass all the inspections, I'll give you a $100 bonus, $500 bonus, whatever it looks like in relation to the actual job size. And so that's a really great creative way to get that done.
Thank you so much for getting this far into the video. If you're an action taker and you're looking for the education side of things, the tools, the resources, everything you need to be successful in the real estate development and new construction game, we have an education platform specifically for you.
Awesome, so text the word YouTube to 360-216-0323 and we'll get you connected to the right team member.
Construction timeline is everything. If you can shave off a few months off your schedule and not pay that interest, number one, you get the house faster. Number two, the quality stays the same. And number three, you obviously pay less interest. So it's really important to stack that schedule as best as possible. I think another really big thing is understanding really the season that you're in. If you're gonna be building in the winter and you have a lot of snow, rain, ice, just keep that in mind and know that, hey, this project might take me longer to build. It might cost me more in interest, AKA holding costs, to build this project if I build in bad weather. So in the Pacific Northwest, we build all seasons, right? And especially when it's raining here, probably 8-9 months out of the year, we're drying in the house as fast as possible. What is drying in? Drying in is simply framing up the house. We use stick framing. We wrap the house with Tyvek or house wrap to make sure that it's all protected, and we roof the house as fast as possible, install windows. So the house is now dried in, no water should be leaking inside of the home, and the drying process starts. Oftentimes, if we already have electrical or gas connected, we'll run some kind of fan or heater to dry in the house and make sure that the house is fully dry before installing any kind of insulation and or drywall. So watch out for weather, plan for the weather, and work around it. Oftentimes, if it's your very first house, just build in a more drier season and you'll have less issues. And lastly, we'll end with this. Biggest mistakes that I see that actually slow down a new construction build is not understanding a scope of work of a subcontractor. What's happened to me in the past before is, let's just say you have 2 or 3 different prices from subcontractors, but you didn't understand what's actually included, right? And the actual time that it's going to take them. And if you don't do your due diligence properly and you ask those questions, sure, maybe the lower price seemed more interesting to you, so you went for the lower price, but this sub actually took 2 weeks longer than the last one, and he didn't include some kind of material that you didn't understand. And so really, he ended up costing you more than sub, for example, B versus A. So really important to understand that. Make sure to always check that. Schedules are extremely important, but so are scope of work, and so is what's actually included in the entire project. And so hopefully that was helpful. Join our community channel. We have over 4,000 people, like-minded investors, builders, wholesalers, deal finders, you name it, everybody's there. It's a great place to connect. Would love to see you inside. Like, share, subscribe, ask your comments. If your comment is good enough, I'd love to make a video about it. So as always, let's crush it. Ruben the Builder here. Let's go.